Hey y'all, I'm back. Jamie, that's me here. Listen, I just came to get into a few topics with you guys, just a few subject matters that we're going to run our mouths about. All right. Now, if you're new to the channel, hey, make sure you guys are coming into the video. You're liking the video, you're commenting, subscribing to the channel. All right. And you're also, sharing the video. Okay, go ahead and do that because sharing is indeed caring. All right, we're trying to make our way over there to 95K. So if y'all could just, what I'm saying, like and share and subscribe. That would definitely help us out. And I really do appreciate it. All right. Let us go ahead and get into the first group of people that I feel like talking about today. And right now, that is Tiny and T.I. Yes, Tiny T.I., but not so much as Tiny and T.I. We have to acknowledge the OMG girls because they are the reason that the lawsuit was brought about. Okay, if they didn't create the OMG girls, then I guess we won't be talking about it. Now, granted, I feel like one of the people that should really get more attention than anything should definitely be Tiny. I think that Tiny is that girl. She and I don't know who else came together for us to have OMG girls. All right. We know that her daughter can sing. They tried to work it out with Regina to be a part of it. She was a part of it for a little bit. Okay, girl. Not OMG girls having um a similar layout, like Destiny's Child, just a little bit. Not, I mean, not completely, but like the early stages where they're switching out members and stuff. But Regine was a part of it at one point, and I can't remember. I feel like they may have even had Beja. Was Beja's sister a part of it? I feel like she may have been for a brief second as well, but don't quote me. But Beja Rodriguez, I believe is her last name. Her sister and Regina are like best friends or whatever. But anywho, we have these beautiful ladies, okay, that are a part of the OMG girls, and they dropped a new video not too long ago. It was cute too. I said, "Come on, grown ladies, OMG ladies, okay, not OMG girls, but ladies." But anywho, they had this lawsuit over there with MGA Entertainment for those LOL dolls. And honestly, y'all, I do feel like I always felt like LOL stole from the OMG girls and even named the LOL dolls like OMG as well. Like it was all like connected. Like y'all literally infringed upon them and their looks because OMG girls definitely came before these dolls that they had. All right, y'all definitely stole some of the styles. If I can understand if the company may have felt like they didn't steal anything because they may have had a department, right? There may have been a certain department within that company that was designed and in charge of organizing certain looks, okay? Bringing forth certain ideas, and unfortunately the ideas they brought to the front were not original. Those were ideas that it appears they stole from the OMG girls, right? It was a lot of conversation about the money they were supposed to get. The judge was like, wait a minute, I don't know if I should give y'all the 53.6 mil. Let me go back and rework that and all this other stuff. And they were, first of all, I believe the case ended up being dismissed or something originally, or paused, or something happened. Then I feel like it could have been dropped or like dismissed or something. They brought it back to the front. Okay. Brought it back to the front. They ended up winning. The jury awarded them all of that money. Then the judge said, hold on, pause. Let me put another pause on that. Let me evaluate whether I want to give you guys this money. Well, now it appears that they are fully getting all of their coins, and I'm super excited for them. I'm really happy. And it's more so for the girls because they all love music. They all want to be able to go on and either be individual artists or just continue to succeed as a group as a whole, which I think they should continue to do as a group together first and then branch off to their own thing. Even though, we know who Beja is, we know who Zanique is, right? We're familiar with them, Zanique more than the others. However, Baby Doll, I'll go over there to check on her page and stuff and try and see what she got going on and what's this, that. So, I think that they should bring their following together as OMG girls, continue to do y'all thing together, and then maybe just do a few projects here or there by yourself. And I feel like getting all of this money would definitely help them to maintain that. They don't have to go out and get a record deal with nobody. Stay signed to T.I. and Tiny in some capacity. All right. And just continue to work on y'all careers independently. And with Tiny being a part of Escape and them having, the status that they have being, worldwide, and they're able to travel and go be a part of different tours, and with their connections, then y'all go on and do y'all thing too. So I love that for him. I mean, I'm sorry, for them. Not fully sure how T.I. connected, but I guess they was using probably T.I. studio, maybe some of his money too. So all in all, um, this is what it is. They're saying a California judge has finalized a $71.4 million judgment in favor of T.I. and Tiny and their former girl group, the OMG Girls, in their lawsuit against MGA Entertainment. The case claimed that 15 LOL surprise OMG dolls copied the group's signature style without permission. A jury awarded them 17.8 million in damages and 53.6 million in punitive damages, plus, guys, plus an interest of 4%. So when I tell you, baby, they finna be swimming in the money, like they finna be over there doing their thing. Okay, I'm wondering, baby, what is the attorneys finna get off this? Okay, because I don't see the attorneys really getting, in my personal, I don't see the attorneys getting more than $17.8 million. I don't see them getting more than that. But I mean, even if they got that 17.8 million, T.I. and Tiny are still getting 53.6 million plus interest. Hello? Now, I am concerned, and I know that T.I. and Tiny, them clearly, they be having some good attorneys over there. Okay, say what you want about the Harrises, but they be having some good attorneys, okay? Because people have brought cases up against them and it got thrown out. You hear what I'm saying? So I don't know who they working with, but baby, they working with some over there. Okay. Now let me tell y'all, work a little harder and make sure that those attorneys pay y'all what they owe. And I feel like, with T.I., the way T.I. jumped off the stage to get at somebody that was over there trying to push Tiny out the way and get her out the way, I know he'll come down there to the law offices and jump on the fucking tables too. And Tiny know what's so, because they about done pulled up to a building or two as Escape ready to throw hands as well. So listen, I have no doubt that they gonna get their coin. All right. But I'm just saying, watch it very closely, because I would hate for it to be a situation like Erica Girardi and Tom. Not so much as Erica, but Tom with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He was an attorney and he won some settlements for a lot of his clients that may have, been injured in different situations. Okay. A variety of situations. He won money for it. And instead of giving those people their money, he kept saying, oh, it's taking time. It's taking some time. It's this, it's that. He over there spending those people fucking money up. So he deserves whatever it is that he is fucking getting. He was only supposed to get his percentage and send the rest over there. Let me tell you, they would have to be transparent with me. Any email, I need to be CC'd on. I need to be CC'd on it, baby. Okay? I need to know what's going on and where my money at and when I should exactly be expecting it, because that is too much money, almost $100 million. Okay? After this 4% interest, baby. And is it the 4% on the whole 71? Because let a girl do some calculations, okay? Okay, times. Oh, girl, I wish I was a part of their family. Okay, girl, that's an extra $2.8 million. Do you hear what I say? Plus that 7 1. Girl, that's almost 75 $75 million that these folks finna get. Okay, talk about generational wealth. Kids not finna have to want for nothing. King, you sure you still want to say that you was over there raised down to the hood? Okay. I will remind you of that when you come to the house thinking you finna get in on these coins, just a little piece. When you need a little something, something. Go to your grandmama, because that's where you was trying to get a credit anyway, right? Exactly. Back up off me now. Back up off me. Exactly. Anywho, congratulations to them. Congratulations. I know some people may not like the Harrises, and regardless of how you feel about them, baby, they did that. I do not. They did that. Okay, they're saying although the dolls have been pulled from shelves, MGA is appealing the decision. So the payout is currently on hold. The lawsuit highlights the importance of protecting creative work, with Tiny calling the verdict a win for the culture and a reminder that originality deserves recognition. And I agree 1000%. Now they're appealing the decision. I hope when they do this appeal that it is, again, pay them people what you owe. All right. I hope that whoever needs to look over the paperwork, see what it is, go ahead and put their stamps on it and go from there. I feel like in the end, they are going to receive what they need to from this, because I feel like, as I said, there was a stop before. And then they resumed this whole, trial or whatever the case was. The judge decided, hold on, wait, let me look at this, let me review it. The judge moved forward and said, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. They right. So when you send it to the next person, I just feel like it's been too many things to stand in their way to kind of prevent them from winning this, that ultimately in the end they're gonna get it because it's rightfully theirs at the end of the day. Okay, so I don't know how it's gonna bankrupt the company if they have to pay out all of this money, but it is what it is. Okay, so good luck. All right, good luck to them people, but that's what's going on. And speaking of having to pay out money, let's go ahead and get into Apple real quick, because what they're saying with Apple is that Apple had to settle a $95 million, I believe that was a lawsuit, right? They decided to pay $95 million. Well, first of all, it was a Siri privacy lawsuit, right? So basically, what it appears to me is that Apple was eavesdropping. Okay, they were recording private conversations through Siri activations. All right, they're saying that they didn't mean to do it intentionally, it was unintentional, like oops, our bad. Like y'all knew what y'all were doing, because they were quick to settle. So somebody brought a lawsuit up against them, and I always felt like Siri would be listening to us, because Siri would just bop up and just start saying, I'm like, girl, what the hell is you talking about? So Siri is there, she listening now, she hear me now. She know what's going on. You hear me now. All right. But anywho, Siri knows she was eavesdropping, and Apple knows it too. That's why they was quick to go ahead and settle. Apple is supposed to be paying users of their devices, whether you have a AirPods, whether you have an iPad, a MacBook, cell phone, or whatever, and you purchase these items, then they are doing a $95 million settlement for this privacy lawsuit. And you have until July 2nd to claim the piece of settlement. Now, let me tell you something. It's definitely giving a peace sign, because what they're saying is that you can claim up to $20 per device, child. Maximum is $100 for 5 devices. So basically, you can only claim up to 5 devices that you may have. And I don't think that's fair. Bitch, if they got 10 devices, they should be able to claim it, because Sirius was over there being nosy on all of them. Hello? Okay, for real, for real. But it seems like the max you can only get paid out is about $100, is what they're saying, because I understand there are so many people that have been affected by this. So they got to get these folks their coins in some way, shape, or form. Um, so if you just get $20, 30, 40, 100, then cool. I mean, yeah, if you get at least 100 from them, if you can, then I would just take that and possibly reinvest it back into Apple's ass, or take that money and invest it into another company. Okay, that's free investment money. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your services. Okay, give me my whatever it is, I'll take it. Okay, and don't let it happen again, even though I know y'all will. Okay, but yeah, so they're over there dealing with that. Apple is. They're saying that Apple is delaying its new AI powered Siri update until next year. They're saying it's also facing a second lawsuit for allegedly misleading customers about that delayed feature. Girl, Apple stay in lawsuits. Apple stays in lawsuits, and Apple stays making a whole lot of money as well. I mean, they stay. I think Apple will be around for many decades to come. I do. I don't see nobody being Apple, and I also don't see the lawsuit slowing down. I do believe more will be on the horizon at some point. Okay, and because then they have another lawsuit where whenever they're about to drop a new phone, they would sit up there and like your phone will start messing up. It'll start acting up in SHI like that. It's like what? It's like they'll start tampering with your phone in the effort to get you to get a new one. But BIT, y'all could tamper all you want, because I just don't think the device is getting any better to where I need to go and get a new one. Bitch, I got a 13 plus. I'm sorry, 13 Pro Max, and we are good over here. We are good over here. Okay, so I'm not trying to upgrade. Not no time soon at all. Don't care. Don't care nothing about it. I don't care nothing about the camera. I doubt the camera quality is any better. Okay, and the way these people be over there adding all these extra damn filters and all this extra blurred that on their photos, you're wasting your money on the damn clearest damn camera that you can get on iPhone anyway. So girl, go away. Scoot back up off me. Go, scoot back up. Go away from me with this. Okay. Thank you. All right. But anywho, child, that's what's going on with Apple, honey. What else is going on? And this is really sad in my personal. Iman Shumpert, however you say his last name, and Teyana Taylor, y'all know they finalized their divorce. I believe it may have been finalized like last year. All right. Um, she wanted to keep the divorce record sealed or private using certain initials and stuff, but he wanted it to be wide out in the damn open. That's what he wanted. And I don't know why, because it honestly didn't make him look that great of a person. I guess he was trying to expose her, not sure. But since then, different information has been coming out. Like there were stories coming out about how much she got in comparison to what he may have gotten, and all this and that. And I think that, it was being put out there that she wanted him to face some type of jail time, like be held in contempt for releasing certain information, right? Well, it appears that that's what they want. That's what he wants for her now. It seems like he wants the judge to hold her in contempt. All right. They're saying Iman Shumpert is demanding ex-wife Teyana Taylor be jailed for 20 days and found in criminal contempt, claiming she violated their July 2024 divorce deal. They're saying, according to his May 5th court filing, Teyana willfully and contemptuously exposed and broadcast specific provisions of their divorce judgment, which covered custody, support, and property division. Now, I feel like they're both blaming each other for the release of that. All right. And I'm reading this here from the Jasmine brand. Okay. Um, I feel like he's referring to information that came out that she felt like it was him, which is why she wanted him held in contempt. And then now he's following it up with, I didn't do that. She must have did it. Let's hold her in contempt. Like, child, and then you got to parent your kids with this man for a few more years. Yeah, I would need a liaison. Okay, I would need a person that I would need a go in between, because he's reckless. All right. She says, or at least the Jasmine brand is reporting that he alleged she hurt his income, it damaged his reputation, and took their kids out of school without reason. He also claimed Teyana shouted crude and inflammatory racial insults in front of the children, putting them in a self-imposed position of peacemaker. So are you saying that inflammatory racial insults, did she call you a fuck? Okay. Did she call you a bitch? Like, is that what you're saying that she said? Did she call you a stupid? That must be the stuff that you talk about, the inflammatory racial insults. That must be what it is. His lawyer stated her actions were maliciously intended to damage the relationship between father and child. Iman wants her fined $1,000 and jailed. Teyana had previously filed her own contempt motion accusing Iman of leaking sealed documents. I never tried to send Iman to jail. Iman's lawyer denied any leak, stating he adamantly denies the claims. All right. So this is what's being said. All right. Now she said she didn't try to send him to jail. However, hell, if he held in contempt for releasing the information, this jail time may come with it, and it is what it is. Okay, because it was a violation. But now he's denying it. So I guess this is his response to her. Like, no, I didn't do that. So let's hold her in contempt. Whew, somebody did it. Somebody did it. And I'm going to be honest and say that it's really hard to not believe that it was Iman that did it, because of how you handled the damn divorce when she was trying to keep stuff private to begin with and you wanted it out in the open. So I'm sorry. It does look like you are the one that likely put this information out there, but she just has no way of proving it. So you feel like she's accusing you, but let me accuse you back. Like, I do hope, as Teyana said in a video, I believe it was last month, where she was like, man, let that man go and do his thing. Like, y'all don't have to continue to bring him up and connect him to me, and vice versa. Yes, we share children together, but it seems like she wants to go on, elevate her career, live her life with the disassociation of that man because they had their time. And I completely understand that. I definitely understand that. So I don't know. At some point, y'all, they're going to end up probably gag ordering each other or something. She probably gonna gag order him. And I just feel like he gonna do that one interview where he probably gonna sit down and he gonna give a little too much than what he need to or something and gag or like, do not speak on me, don't mention me, do not discuss your previous relationship. Like, it's gonna have to end up coming to that. If y'all want the peace, or at least if Teyana wants the peace that she says that she wants, it's probably gonna have to come down to something like that. Restricting him, putting some type of media restraining order or something on him. But either way, that's what's going on with Teyana and that ex-husband of hers. But good luck. All right. Next up, I want us to touch on Target because the people are still not shopping in Target, honey. The money is going down. I do believe the CEO or whoever has taken a pay cut because people not playing with them. All right. Some people have not gone into Target. They have started a boycott and it appears to continue to be ongoing. All right. Now, the reason we're really talking about Target and it's not so much is because of the fact that, people aren't shopping there and it's like a boycott or anything, but it's really because their Target is cutting back on these self checkouts. And I feel away, and not just with Target, it's just really they're saying that Target is among a list of retailers that are doing the cutting back on the self checkout, and they're saying they're cutting back because they feel like theft and everything, stealing and all of that is at an all-time high. And I mean, I could believe that. I do think people go to the self checkout, they finesse. We've watched it here on body cam footage, so we know. But then also at the same time, I'm like, baby, that's not gonna stop it. Y'all might as well sell SHI online to make sure that y'all get all y'all coins, or at least a 90% of it, because it's not going to stop anything. And some people going to be going to the register and they're going to finesse. Remember, we saw the video where the one lady was taking tags off of other items and putting it on different items, right? So it can ring up at a cheaper price. So I'm like, child, finesse is happening, whether it's at a self checkout or it's at a checkout period. Okay. And I just hope all retailers does not do that, because let me tell y'all something. One of the best things to ever happen to Walmart, and y'all know I really don't like going in that store for real, girl. I just order to the house. But anywho, one of the best things to ever happen to Walmart is self checkout. Because the way they only had like 3 cashiers in that big ass supermarket, and like, why y'all got a whole Walmart supermarket? Why do you have it if you're not gonna have super damn cashiers? Like, come on now. I'm talking about, I will never forget the days, and it was a universal thing, which was crazy, right? It was universal. It wasn't just in your state or in your city. It was like, you get on social media, it was universal across the board. Because Walmart, no, they are some big ass finessers. And it's so funny that y'all don't like for people to steal, and I get it, but y'all also don't like to pay y'all employees either. So I feel like y'all be stealing their fucking time and don't be paying them appropriately or accordingly. Okay? So it's like everybody just scamming. Really? Starting with the top. However, that's one of the best things that happen to Walmart is the self checkout, because they have multiple. They probably got like maybe 10 or more in the damn store now, and a few cashiers. Some people still go to the cashiers intentionally because they want to continue to show Walmart that there is a need for cashiers, right? And also, some people probably don't even want to risk a situation where a Walmart may even think they stole some SHI, right? Going to self checkout. So let me just go ahead and go to the cashier. So if it ring up wrong, that's gonna be on her to investigate and figure it out. All right. So everybody has their own reasons. But listen, let Walmart not be a part of this growing list of retailers that's cutting back on self checkout. I don't do that. And I feel like Publix, which is my store, I didn't understand back then, but I get it now. Okay. Since the pandemic, I truly get it. Why y'all be going over there to Publix, baby? Okay. Because it's definitely going to be given fresh majority of the time. Okay, and the lines is not going to be given thick, and they just now are starting to get self checkouts, and I love that. I love that for public shoppers. Okay, and then there's a Publix over there in Buckhead that they rebuilt. It used to be a Kroger, but they knocked the Kroger down, rebuilt the shopping center, put a Publix up, and that Publix is nice. I'm talking about noise. That's a nice Publix, baby. They got a little bar in there and everything. I said, girl, no, y'all ain't got no bar in here serving wine and alcohol and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. But don't sit up there and do it for one if you ain't finna do it for all the Krogers. Girl, we need y'all to go ahead and get y'all I don't know how that works, but y'all get y'all capital. All right. Capital is pretty much like a business loan or whatever for those type of corporations or whatever, but y'all need to get y'all capital up, okay? So that y'all can revamp these rest of these Publixes to look like that. All right? But also do it in certain markets too. I do feel like the design that they set for that particular Publix does make sense for that area of Buckhead that it's in my personal, okay? They did a great job with that. I love how they got their sushi bar over there. They may have like a taco bar where they'll make like the tacos in front of you. I'm like, baby. I think they even got a pizza bar where they'll make the pizzas. I said, bro, you better cut up. Come on, Publix, trying to step it up. All right? Shout out to you all. Shout out to the Publix, okay? Now, child, what'd be crazy is if Publix did do them a superstore. Okay? If they did their own superstore and start selling a little piece of clothes. But let me tell y'all something. I will say this. I know the people is not fucking with Target, but I will say this about Target. I feel like they not fucking with Target clothes, okay? Now, Wild Fable, I love me some Wild Fable. I love the uniqueness, but I'm just like, girl, y'all need to have a website, okay? Well, we could go straight to the website and order directly from y'all. All right, let me see. It look like they may have one. Yeah, but it don't look like it's for sale. You probably can find some of the stuff over there on Amazon, though. But the jeans, y'all know what y'all be doing over there. So shout out to Wild Fable, honey. But anywho, that's all I got on them. Let's go ahead and keep going. Let's move on. All right. I want to get into this man by the name of Mr. DeAndre Good, because Mr. Good got gagged. Okay. And it's giving Mr. Good got gagged good, if you ask me, because this man actually got his car stolen from a person that was pretending to be a tow truck driver, trying to help him out, and ended up stealing his car. They're saying that DeAndre Good broke down on the Fort Bend Parkway late Saturday night, and this is out in Houston, from my understanding, okay? When someone in a tow truck offered to move his car for $50. Good called a ride and told the driver to follow, but the truck drifted far back and then disappeared. The driver later sent a fake drop-off location, and the car was gone. Good filed a police report and shared his car info online. Thanks to a Facebook user, he found the car about 45 miles away, badly damaged and stripped of his belongings. Baby, I hope y'all find that person. Y'all need to go ahead and get the cameras up. Get the footage up from the cameras that was in that area on the highway or whatever the case is, the parkway or whatever. Y'all need to find that mother. Because let me tell y'all something. I got a feeling that DeAndre Good is not the first and definitely not about to be the last. Okay? The way they're finna hit him up style over the summer, y'all need to run and go and get this person. All right? Now, the Fort Bend County deputies are investigating but haven't identified a suspect yet. They believe the tow truck may have been stolen too. Not the tow truck stolen too, baby. They believe the tow truck may have been stolen too. Good warns others not to accept help from unknown drivers. Baby, that's crazy. But y'all know we got a news story over here that we got to get into. So let us do just that, honey.
I can't believe this happened. Like, they robbed me without a gun.
And only here on 13, a driver says that he accepted help on the Fort Bend Tollway, only to have his car stolen.
Investigators in Fort Bend County say they're now looking for the driver of the tow truck. Get this, they also believe the tow truck was stolen. ABC 13's Pooja Lodia reports.
Just imagine you're stranded on the shoulder of a busy highway. A tow truck pulls up and the driver offers to tow your car to safety for just $50. Most of us would say yes, right? Well, this warning might make you rethink that. It was late Saturday night.
On Fort Bend Tollway, people are flying, it's almost like the Autobahn or something like that. So when they flying by you, it's...
DeAndre Good says this driver offered to tow his car a few miles down the road. He called a ride, telling the tow truck driver to follow.
They drifted slowly and slowly back further and further. I asked them where they are. They said they got lost. I gave them the address again. And then what they did was they gave me an address to where they dropped it off.
I bet you can guess the car wasn't there. And you can see from these messages, the tow truck driver was also gone.
I can't believe this happened. They robbed me without a gun.
Perhaps just as unbelievable,
It's been found.
DeAndre got his car back. After filing a police report and posting his car's information on social media, he says somebody on Facebook helped him find the car. It was about 45 miles away, just off the Beltway in North Lake, Houston.
Wow.
You can see it's pretty badly damaged, and all the belongings that were inside are now gone.
They tried to get my radio.
Fort Bend County deputies say as of now, they're treating this as an isolated incident. But DeAndre worries he's not the only victim.
I would like to think that they are good Samaritans, but if you didn't call that tow truck, don't use it.
Pooja Lodia,
that's right.
ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Wow, child. It is a little chuckle, just a little piece, okay, to know that, sir, your car got just snatched up from up under you just like that, okay? Now, so it's a slight little chuckle, all right? Because it's like the audacity of you to just literally play in that man's face like that. Now, listen, I had my own situation, I'm going to tell y'all, but it's a little different. So I went to this movie premiere at Atlantic Station, and I had this before I got my newer car, so I don't know when maybe it had to be during the pandemic or maybe in 2019, one of the two, but anywho. And I don't know why my car just started acting up. Like when we left the movie theater, it just started smoking, and I'm like, what the hell? And what was so ironic was when I pulled over, this tow truck just came out of nowhere. And I always thought to myself, like, did they do something to my car? Because my car had been just fine. My car had been just fine. I have no issue. And it's just so ironic that tow truck just pulled up out of nowhere. And when they pulled up, they just pulled out of nowhere. And he said something like, oh yeah, I saw your car. I saw your car from here, or wherever it was that he said he saw me was interesting, because I didn't see him anywhere. Okay. So I don't know. I feel, and I just always thought about that. And I say, I feel like people may mess with your car in an effort to show up like they are a tow truck driver, in an effort to act like they're assisting you and possibly either snatch you up. I ain't no telling. So I don't know if they thought I was in the vehicle by myself, because I had like a black, I used to drive a black Audi, black tint, everything. And I don't know if they thought I was in the car by myself or what, but I believe I was with, at the time, I think it was my son, my mom, and I think my husband was my boyfriend at the time, so he wasn't with us. But I think I was with my mom, my son, and I feel like it could have been another person with me. So when I pulled over, I don't think he was expecting my other family to be with me. But anywho, he ended up being a stand-up person, I will say that. So he definitely, I think my mom, she didn't, because I think she was in her car. Or maybe she was coming in town and she came up there. I cannot remember. But basically what it was that, I think my brother could have been with us. But basically, when we were headed to my house, the tow truck didn't drive behind us. If anything, he had the address, and I was in the car with the tow truck person directing them of where to go. But then also my people was behind us. So it wasn't you get behind us. No, we're going to get behind you. Okay, we're going to get behind you. We're going to see what's going on. I'm going to ride with you so that I can direct you on where to go. And it was a smooth transition. Dropped me off, unloaded my car, whatever. I don't even think they charged much. I think it was like $100 or less or whatever it was. But it was nice of them to do. And I didn't have any issues since then. You know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, I don't even got that car no more. But aside from that, I didn't have like no issues with somebody showing up at my door or some weird activity or anything. But I just always felt like that night it was just a bit weird, because my car was perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues. Go to Atlantic Station, go to the movie premiere. I'm leaving. Then all of a sudden my car, like, I think it was either smoking or something was just funny. And I had to pull over. And then next thing you know, there's a damn tow truck. Like, what it was weird. But anywho, child. So all in all, saying that to say, like, it could have easily been a finesse of stealing my damn car, potentially. Okay, possibly, but it's a chuckle because I'm thinking about the audacity of that person, but I also see how he could have got swindled so smoothly, because he's like, oh, you here to help me? Like, cool, a tow truck, like, yeah, you look legit, whatever, right? So yeah, but definitely a good lesson learned for a lot of people. If you ain't call them, or if you can't even look up their credentials while you're standing there in their face, like who you work for, what you do, this your company, let me look it up, let me you got some reviews, something to be able to back up who you about to let tow your car. Then there's that. And then another thing, get them the address. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody got GPS on their phone. Okay. If you got a tow truck, I would think you would at least have a backup GPS in your vehicle. So with that being said, they don't have to get behind you. You can get behind them. Okay. Period. But all in all, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about that. And the last thing that I definitely want us to get into, honey, is going to be the BET Awards. The BET Awards are on its way back. I believe they're celebrating their 25-year anniversary. And I have to say, I'm a bit excited. You know, I feel like a lot of times when the BET Awards are coming on, we don't know about it. I feel like it may be last minute. Like people may be talking about it on Twitter. Like there may be a little post over here on the Shade Room or something. But I feel like BET don't really get that promotion like that for real. So to see that this is a 25-year anniversary, I see that it seems like they're getting the conversation started, like we on our way. It's going to air on June 9th. It's going to be interesting. I believe Roxy and Terrence of 106 in Park. I did see where AJ was a part of the show too, so I don't know if Free is going to be a part of it, but I think they may be doing like some type of 106 in Park experience or something the week prior leading up to the show, the big show. And I gotta watch the interview to learn more about what the plan is for 106 in Park. But I kind of hope it is a week thing, and I hope people are actually able to tune in. You know, sometimes when you have social media, you so busy being on social media that you really don't have the time to watch or care to watch shows or whatever. But I wouldn't mind if they gave it a lot of views and then they saw the need for us wanting 106 in Park back in the effort to get people to put out more videos and more so quality damn videos, okay, to their music. Hello? So that would be dope. I believe they said they're going to be premiering one special video. So I don't know what that is going to be or whose it's going to be. So that should be interesting. Also, I'm wondering about performances. I'm wondering, is Beyonce going to be there? Is Chris Brown going to be there? Is Kendrick going to be there to perform? Is Drake going to be there? Glorilla. You know, I feel like I could definitely see Glorilla being there. She is nominated. Kendrick, I don't know, because Kendrick has a show on June 10th. So I don't know if he's going to make time for the BET Awards and then turn around and go straight over to getting ready for his show the next day. But I don't know. Maybe he might be able to, because I'm sure he got some concerts that will be back to back in some capacity, right? But he may go but not participate in any parties, right? And just head out. We shall see. He's nominated for quite a few awards. I think he may be leading in the nominations, actually. I don't know if Beyonce would be there. It would be nice if she was, because 25 years, BET definitely played a very instrumental role in Beyonce becoming who she is. Like, granted, work ethic is there. Miss Mama's is bad. However, they gave Destiny's Child a platform and things, you know. She's performed a number of times on 106 in Park. So it would be nice to see her come back, do a performance or whatnot. Chris Brown, I will say Chris Brown and Beyonce both do not have any shows around that time frame. So they both might end up showing up to be there. And I mentioned those two as well as Kendrick, really the top three, because I feel like they really gonna give you some performances. For sure. Like, it's going to be entertaining. They're going to give you a performance when they come out. Doechii, definitely. I think Doechii gonna be there. Doechii gonna give you a performance as well, even though she's a newcomer. Victoria Monet would be one as well. But as far as, like, you know, when I look at the history over the years, I would think those three individuals, you know, I'm sure 106 in Park meant something to them. And I would like to see it. I mean, y'all gonna have Bow Wow come out there and do a little piece. Okay, Mr. 106 in Park. What's going on? So I feel like, you know, this year should be a big deal. I'm glad they're talking about it much sooner, but they better give us a grand show. That's what I want. I want a grand show. Don't come in here lackluster, because this is 2025, 25 years. Let's get it in, okay? Now, as I said with some of these nominations, let's talk about that for a second, because when it comes to album of the year, you got Drake a part of that along with Party Next Door. Some people have had a little issue with that because Party Next Door and Drake's album actually dropped this year versus last year. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like they have enough people in the category that they don't necessarily need Drake and Party Next Door to be a part of this category for album of the year. But what I also will say is that they did this to be messy because Kendrick Lamar is also nominated for album of the year. So I feel like they put them in the same category to build up the anticipation and the drama of it all or whatever. I feel like that's why they did it. But it's a tough category. Chris Brown is in it for 11:11. Doechii is in it for Alligator Bites Never Heal. Even though that's a mixtape, I thought she's a part of the album of the year category. Beyonce is for Cowboy Carter. Glorilla is for Glorious. The Weeknd is for Hurry Up Tomorrow. And Future and Metro Boomin is for We Don't Trust You. Okay. Now they not gonna get album of the year, but we gonna give y'all messy album of the year because he definitely got the SHI started in an effort for us to get the Drake and the Kendrick beef the way that we did. Okay, if it wasn't for they Like That record and him hearing that, child, okay, we wouldn't have got the marvelous year that we got and the marvelous concert that I enjoyed. Now, yeah, but y'all let me know who y'all think should win album of the year. Like I said, you have Drake and Party Next Door, Chris Brown, Doechii, Beyonce, Glorilla, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, and Future and Metro Boomin. If I had to say so, I probably would say Kendrick Lamar or Chris Brown. Those would be the two for me. Um, but also, was 11:11 released last year or the year before? I can't remember. Cause should 11:11 be in this dang old category? Let me see. 11:11 Chris Brown release. When was that released? Was that last year? I can't remember. That was released in November of 2023. Why was he not nominated in 2024? And the only reason why I would say Chris Brown is a part of album of the year is because some of his songs are still doing great on the charts, right? And residuals ended up soaring. Okay, he's gotten Grammys for 11:11 and I believe residuals as well. So I understand why he's in the category. But I would say if that's the case, probably Kendrick Lamar for GNX. Like, yeah, that's what I would go for. Best female rapper, you got R&B pop artist. You have Ari Lennox, Aria Starr, Coco Jones, Kaylani, Money Long, Summer Walker, SZA, and Victoria Monet. For me, best female R&B pop artist for pop, I think SZA or Victoria Monet for me. I don't see Ari as pop. I don't know Aria Star. Sorry, Coco Jones is more R&B. Even though that is the category, I think if my girl get it, I would be so happy. Coco Jones, as she's just dropped her new album. I believe it's her first album she dropped. Yes, Kaylani. I know people crazy about her. Money Long. I think she does great music. Summer Walker hasn't really released much for real. She's just now starting to. And I would just say SZA or Victoria Monet. Top three: SZA, Victoria Monet, or Coco Jones. But y'all let me know who y'all would choose. Next up, best male R&B artist. You got Bruno Mars, Chris Brown, Drake, Friday, Leon Thomas, Teddy Swims, The Weeknd, and Usher. I don't know. I feel like that would be between Chris Brown and Teddy Swims. Ooh, y'all gotta let me know, honey. I don't want to do that one. Best collab, not gonna do that. Best female hip hop artist: Cardi B, Doechii, Doja Cat, Glorilla, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, a Rhapsody, Sexy Red. I think it should go to Doechii, but I also would not be surprised if it goes straight to Nicki Minaj. I think Nicki had a very well performing album and a very well performing tour, so I could see it going to her. Doechii dropping her latest project and just really, and also coming off of winning a Grammy. I believe she just won a Grammy, and just all eyes being on her. I definitely see her right now as that girl, so I could see Doechii winning that. But I think it would be between those two. But that's just my personal. Best male hip hop artist: Big, Big X, The Plug, Boss Man D-Lo, Burna Boy, Drake, Future, Kendrick Lamar, Key Glock, Lil Wayne, Tyler the Creator. I'm rocking with Kendrick. Okay, y'all let me know your thoughts. What else? Is that all? That's all that I think I want to get into for me. All right, that's all that I would get into for me. I will say this. Let me say this before we go. Viewers' Choice Awards. You have Chris Brown in this category. You have Kendrick Lamar in this category. You have Glorilla in this category. Kendrick Lamar is listed 3 times for Luther, Not Like Us, and Like That. You have Chris Brown's in there for Residuals. You have Lotto even in there for Brokey. Listen, I don't see TGIF getting it. I don't see Brokey getting it. I think it will be between Residuals and Not Like Us. And because Not Like Us had a universal, okay, girl, it's giving a universe known and praised outcome. I think Viewers' Choice Award is going to go to Kendrick Lamar. However, when Viewers' Choice Awards is approached and put up there and Chris Brown is in a category, the fans of Chris Brown definitely go ham when it comes to submitting them votes. So I also could see it going to Chris Brown, but again, it's going to be between those two. All right. And being that they're nominated, they some of the top acts, it would be nice to see them give some sort of a performance at this award show. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. All right. Let me know your thoughts about the BET Awards, whether you're excited, who you think should be winning what. All right. Let me know your thoughts about everything we talked about. T.I. and Tiny, Apple, Iman and Teyana, Mr. DeAndre Good getting that car stolen. Leave it all down below in the comments. All right. I'm Jami. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a practice. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it pull